Good afternoon, everybody. It's now 1:58. I thought I had like between 2 to 3 hours since the last time I checked in with you all. Kind of, actually, I did have 2 hours. Wow, time just flew by. So now I got half an hour left, pretty much, plus or minus. I finished my course, but there's 2 or 3 pages. I was doing a Maryland Notary Public, new or renewing notary required course, which was not required when I first started. I'm glad it's remote though, because I remember the one in Oregon I wanted to take. I think it was definitely in person at night or something. My other video ended because the plug came out of my earphones, a jack. I pulled on it because I was like squirming because of my back. My back feels a little bit better, but it's just like there's a nerve or something getting pinched. This course had 2 or 3 pages of glossary with like a minute and a half of the AI speaking. Looking for my glasses cleaner. And it was really annoying. So I go back through because they said that you have to sit through the lessons, even though I already heard them, saw the class said, congratulations on your notary, So I'll go back because they said that we had to listen, or at least go through the pages in its entirety. So it's like, I skimmed through one of the pages of definitions. It's a pretty short list. It was like 5 terms. It took me like 5 seconds, but it's like an hour or a minute, a minute and a half. So I'll go back and read those because they said that if we got audited and we didn't go through it, that it wouldn't be good. So I'm confused because there's not a lot of information. I'm like, isn't there a test or something? Like, I'm pretty sure there's a test somewhere. I'm not sure, actually. So I was going to wash my hair today. I was supposed to moisturize it yesterday and the day before. Pretty much the day before I didn't moisturize it. I don't think I put anything in my hair. Today's been pretty rough. I'm finding out, like, if you want to play the rules of society, if you want to participate in activities in society, you got to play by their rules. And I'm pretty rebellious. No, I'm not rebellious. I just feel sorry for myself, I guess, because things I'm interested in, for instance, somebody I knew in their 80s or 90s, 80s, I think, was talking about a bunch of records. And I said, ooh, I love records. And they started listing all these black artists. And I was like, huh? And maybe that's all this person who identifies as white had in their collection. I don't know. But I was like, I used to just listen to lots of different artists from the 80s on and really into a lot of techno stuff in the 90s on, and then doing a bunch of classical music. So it just weirded me out because I like lots of different music, but I really like music that's electronic or classical. Spanish guitar, stuff like that. I really like just music and not a lot of singing. Anyways, I talked to you guys about having my own club and being my own royalty in my own home, even if my home is only the skin on my body, And I had envisioned this hill with overlooking like a small river and some creeks, and having my house up here, or kind of in the middle maybe, but being able to look across the land and be a good steward of the land and be a good, honest working citizen of the U.S. if I'm going to stay in the U.S. And I have that vision, and it's not to be better than anybody. It's not to show off. It's not to say, hey, they're doing it, I want that too. And it's not even just to say, that's such an unattainable goal at this point. Every day, it gets worse and worse. And every single day, I get a lot of doubt. And with the situation I'm talking about, I want that because I want serenity. I want peace. I want to look at nature. I grew up in nature on a hill like that, looking over the water. I want to see I keep forgetting the name of the bird. The herons. I want to see the herons. I want to see the geese fly in and out for their season. I want to see hummingbirds out my window. I'm tired of a highway out my window. I'm tired of all this people fighting over the same garbage cans, like, I told my partner, let me just calm down from all this city stuff and all this sharing stuff and say, when I get my property out in the woods and I hear someone tapping around in my recycling, and then I'm going to cry because there's raccoons or rats or bears, and I know this because I've lived out. I didn't mention have raccoons. My eyes have been hurting. But it's just a different place. When I'm like, no wonder I'm uncomfortable. I'm sitting really uncomfortably. When I had to leave my ex and change my life for me and my kids, to better for me and my kids, on this side there was there was some kind of I'm sorry, I just started thinking about something. There was the coffee pot, a window with a nice blind that actually worked. At least it worked in my mind. A sink, pretty clean, surprisingly, and a kitchen table here, nice big solid one, which I really loved. And I don't know why we got rid of it. That was stupid. Then me and my kids had nowhere to eat. My apartment was actually tidier than ever, even though there was clutter in the bedroom, like little things, like this little clutter. I feel like remembering that coffee pot and the voice, still small voice inside, said, you're going to be alive, but somewhere else. You're going to be making coffee, but somewhere else. Because things are going to change. And having that vision, and then when it really happened, when I got to the homeless shelter, it was like I was making coffee, but not for long because I had to kind of quit. I had to really quit. I feel like, wow. It kind of helped me to transition and to know that, hey, this is a premonition, this is a reality. There's that discomfort that I have with change, but then there's that boredom that comes with unchange. So how do you find balance? Especially when you're fleeing for your life and you're changing your habits to save your life and your family's lives and well-being. So I think about the wealthy and the huge houses. People say, oh, it's only 5,000 square foot. That's not that very big. I haven't even been in a 5,000 square foot, like a private residence. Like not like a building in Portland that's got a bunch of businesses and a big house, office buildings and, alarm clubs. Not like, yeah, I've been in some big houses. It's like, my mom was crazy that the house was 2,000 square feet, And my friends' houses were all super small. And when I would be rich, wealthy, and actually buy a house to have some elbow room and kitchen space and recreation, you can only be in one spot at one time, your physical body. So whether you're living on the park bench up the street or in a big house. You gotta do what you gotta do with what you have. And it's not always gonna be like that. Or maybe it will be. Maybe you'll say, I bought this house in my 20s and I'm gonna die in it in 120. Remodel it, upgrade the electricity, change the trees. I'm gonna just call this a check-in for Friday. And the post office is open, so I'm gonna get ready to go. Bye.